Welcome to the Year 6 Lesson 4 Whole Unknown problems. In this lesson I'm learning to use multiplication and division to solve whole unknown problems, and I'm going to do this without using a diagram. Let's imagine I can see 4/6 of a cake, and there are 32 candles shared evenly around those 4/6 of a cake. Well, I want to work out how many candles there must have been on the whole cake. So, you can see that I can set that question out like this. And my first step is going to be to share these 32 candles between the four groups, or four pieces of cake. So to do that, I'm going to need to use division. 32 shared between four groups, or four pieces of cake, means I need 8 candles on each piece of cake. Now my denominator tells me that in total there are 6 pieces of cake, or there were 6 pieces of cake. So 6 groups of 8, because there are 8 candles on every piece, equals 48. So there must be 48 candles on the whole cake, or 4/6 of 48 is 32. Let's try another question. This time, let's imagine I've painted 15 fence posts, which is 5/9 of the whole fence. So I can record that like this. So my denominator tells me I need to imagine a fence which is split into 9 pieces, and my numerator tells me that I've only painted 5 sections of that fence. And by painting those 5 sections, it means I've painted 15 fence posts. So to answer this question, I'm first going to have to share these 15 fence posts between the 5 groups that I've painted. So to do that, I'm using division. 15 shared between 5 groups means there must be 3 fence posts in every group. Now my denominator told me that in total there were 9 groups. And we've just worked out that there are 3 fence posts in every group, so I must have 9 groups of 3. And I know 9 groups of 3 is 27. So 5/9 of 27 is 15. Let's try one more question. This time, let's imagine a library has replaced 18 books, which is 3/7 of all the books that it needs to replace. So you can see I've recorded that question like this. So my denominator tells me I need to imagine 7 big piles of books, and my numerator tells me that I've replaced 3 of those piles. And by replacing 3 of those piles, I've replaced 18 books. So my first task is to work out how many books are there in every pile. Well, to do that I'll have to use division. So I'm sharing these 18 books between the 3 piles that I've replaced. So 18 shared between 3 is 6. So that means there must be 6 books in every pile. Now my denominator told me that there were 7 piles in total. So I can write that here. And I know there's 6 books in every pile, so I must have 7 groups of 6. Well, 7 groups of 6 is 42. So that means in total the library needs to replace 42 books. So 3/7 of 42 is 18. Let's have a think about the important things to remember in this lesson. Well, my first step is to divide the amount that I've got by the numerator, and I'm doing that to work out how many items there must be in one group. And in my second step, I'm working out how many items there must be in total, and to do that I'm multiplying the number of groups there are, which I got from my denominator, by the number of items in every group. You can find the activity sheet that goes with this lesson and the Teacher Tools Fractions, Decimals and Percentages book from the Whitebook collection.